And now he's come to murder me. In the end, what separates a man from a slave? Money? Power? No. A man chooses. A slave obeys. You think you have memories.
You think you're surviving a plane crash until you realize the city you washed up in was designed to control you. Every choice, every step, every fight. It wasn't survival. It was something darker. The only city that makes Night City look like a paradise. BioShock originally came out in 2007. Thankfully, I was way too terrified of playing it back when I was a kid. What seemed like such a simple, straightforward journey in the beginning unravels into a horrifying story where you determine your ultimate fate. You start as Jack, no memories or any real convictions.
And with the sweat of your brow, Rapture can become your city as well.
One of the creepiest, most mesmerizing worlds I've ever seen. The city of Rapture was never meant to fail. Hidden from the flawed surface world above, it was built by someone who believed in absolute freedom. No laws, no taxes, no gods, only ambition. It's one of the first things you see. No gods or kings, only man. At first, it's beautiful. Shining architecture, glass tunnels, and the feeling of invention and ambition. But beauty alone can't hold a city together. Beauty and innovation are overshadowed by madness, violence, and loss. Every corridor, every shattered window, every abandoned office tells the same story. Ideals can only survive human nature for so long. At first, it feels like a paradise. But even a paradise can be fragile. But maybe the city was perfect. Then people arrived with their flaws, greed, envy, obsession, and ambition unchecked. The city walls could only hold everything together for so long. The city in the end wasn't destroyed by monsters, it was destroyed by people. The very ones who were supposed to make it perfect. Scientists betrayed their peers, businessmen cheated, and politicians pushed morality aside. Everyone in Rapture thought they were in control, but everyone was wrong.
Steady now. Your genetic code is being rewritten. Just hold on and everything will be fine.
The crumbling city of Rapture revolves around Adam. It's revealed early on that Adam was discovered while the city was being built and perfected. It was supposed to be a miracle drug that could be taken by anyone. The key to improving yourself, to become more than just human, the future. But it was never without a cost. It was temptation, and temptation always comes with consequences. It promised godlike powers, but demanded people's souls in return. Normal people slowly transformed into horrifying splicers as their minds became twisted and they required more and more Adam. And it's no secret, the most terrifying and twisted part of Rapture, to me anyways, was the Little Sisters. They are young girls that were genetically altered to survive in the city. They themselves have been infused with Adam and are servants to the Rapture underworld. Or, put more simply, they take Adam out of corpses like scavengers. What a horrifying analogy the Little Sisters are. They were supposed to be useful, innocent, but in the end they turned into something terrifying, just like the city. You discover these characters in Rapture that were once admired and successful. Doctors, scientists, powerful figures. But what you find of them now is a hideous version of their previous selves. Adam could unlock new potential, but also drove people to insanity. This became clear when I discovered Dr. Sukong. He was previously a successful surgeon back in the normal world, and he joined Rapture to make a difference, to elevate people, and to help Ryan create his utopia. But it all went terribly wrong. He began obsessing over Adam and mind control technology. He started to enhance people more and more to make the perfect human stronger, faster, and more resilient. But the experiments quickly went more and more wrong, mutilating his patients to death, and those who survived wish they didn't. Adam turned the ambitious into monstrous creatures.
Listen, I've got a family. I need to get them out of here. But the splicers have cut me off from them. If you can reach them in Neptune's bounty, then maybe, just maybe.
You arrive in Rapture alone, confused and silent. One of the most intriguing intros in history. You survive a plane crash in the middle of the ocean as the lone survivor. As you discover this underwater megacity, you feel alone. As you go through Rapture, every splicer fight, every hallway you cautiously walk down feels like survival. You have to fight, adapt, and keep moving forward. You're a lone survivor making life and death choices for the best result. You think you're reacting and surviving on instinct, but the city is guiding you, and every choice is already planned out. It's all a lie. Playing through BioShock, you think it's just a run and gun experience. Just find the enemies and kill. Right? And you really don't know your character at all, Jack. You think he's a normal guy who was lucky enough to survive a plane crash, but it was all a plan. He doesn't know that he's being manipulated from the start. Genetic engineering, conditioning, and control. Through the terrifying phrase, "Would you kindly?" Jack is manipulated into following instructions. He's forced every time he hears that phrase, no matter how extreme the task is. Everything Jack does in Rapture, every decision is part of someone else's design. Jack is the living embodiment of Rapture's philosophy, in practice. A man who appears to act freely, but he's entirely under the control of forces beyond just himself. In this cold, dark, lonely world, you think you have an ally. Your only ally, Atlas. But he was never on your side. He was just a voice pulling strings. Every order sounded like survival, every favor like trust. Then, the mask slips and you realize that you were never being helped. You were in the crosshairs the entire time.
I rejected those answers. Instead, I chose something different. I chose the impossible.
The man behind the city of Rapture, Andrew Ryan. He grew up poor. He could see how wars, corruption, and revolution could destroy a world. He moved to the United States thinking the world was broken, weighed down by morality that punished ambition. He believed that the only way to achieve true freedom was to create his own city, Rapture, He believed everyone got what they deserved, whether it was failure or success. When you arrive in Rapture, it is already a fallen utopia. No gods or kings, only man. Andrew Ryan tells you to kill him in the end, because he believes that man can make his own choices. Andrew Ryan doesn't die fighting. He doesn't negotiate, because his vision, his ideology has outlived him and grown into a Frankenstein. He believed freedom would make people better. He believed freedom could only make the city thrive. But it created manipulation, addiction, and obedience hidden behind polite society. In his final moments, he could have just told Jack to stop, but he believed in his ideals too much. A man chooses, a slave obeys. His final words sum up his entire philosophy. As you brutally kill Andrew Ryan, Jack, for the first time, can then make his own decisions in a city designed to manipulate and control, and it all revolves around the Little Sisters. You can harvest them, taking at them and maximizing your power, helping you survive, or you can save them. The choice isn't forced. There's no immediate penalty for either path, but it carries a weight. You start to harvest the Little Sisters and become what the city always intended, a monster. The Little Sisters turn into resources instead of people. You no longer resist the city. Power matters more than consequence. Results matter more than lives. The city doesn't need to turn you into a monster. You do it yourself. One rational decision at a time. Harvesting the Little Sisters doesn't just change the ending. It proves that in Rapture, whether by chains or choice, someone always pays the price.